everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. I am just hopping on today to do a quick inspiration type video for you. I've just got a fun kind of blended orange and yellow rock here. We're going to give it a nice thick black outline when we're done. For now, I'm just going to do one little lap around so that I have some place to aim for. We are going to do a Zendoodle-ish style star. And I've got my book over here for some inspiration on how to do some fillings. I've shown this book before. It's listed on our rock inspiration. It's called Zendoodle, but it's got a lot of fun different patterns and designs that you can use to fill in shapes. And it's great for inspiration purposes. It's funny because on our rock painting books for inspiration page on the site, we only have, I think, one actual rock painting book, and that one we have on there because it talks about a lot of different things you can use for rock painting. So for the most part, all of the books are just things to help get you inspired as to what to put on and learning different techniques of what you can doodle and draw on your rocks. So I'm going to take and draw a star, and I'm going to draw it the regular old way where you start with your, like a top part of your triangle, and we're going to crisscross around. And I am touching all the edges here. Across the top, just like so. Okay, so we've got all of these different shapes that are created, all these different stars, and then our pentagon in the center. So we're going to use a different doodling design inside each of these different sections. And here I'll show you, like in the book, it breaks it down for you how to develop certain designs inside of things. So I've got a few in mind that I've kind of folded corners on that I'm going to put inside different sections of my star here. And I will speed a lot of these up just because they're time consuming, and this is more just to get you some inspiration. Once you see the design, when I'm filling in those parts, I'll speed up, okay? So for the center of my star, I want to do something that will kind of pull to the middle. So I'm going to kind of do arches around the outside edge. And I've switched to my 1M pen here. I was using my 3M before when I was doing my outline. I'm just swooping and bringing these to points. Almost looks like a flower shape for now, and we're going to make them different sizes once we get all the way around, like so. And then we're going to create dots at the tip of these, and I'm going to do them in different lengths. So I'm going to make circles and then pull the center up to those like that, and make the circle big enough that you can kind of see it. And we're going to alternate how high up those go to give us kind of a fun, interesting look here in the center. So some of them will keep nice and short, some of them will get longer. There we go. And then we're going to go back and fill in the outer part here. So we're going to fill in anywhere like this. Now sometimes when I'm doing designs like this, I give myself little markings so I know where I'm going to be filling in like that, and then go back and do it. But that way, if you're looking at a design in the book, sometimes you can get confused. This book is great though because it really breaks down the designs and shows you kind of step by step how to build them. But I'll speed this up. Okay, so that's the center of our star. Alrighty, so now we're going to kind of bounce around and decide different things that we want to do on our star. So I'm going to do this area here first. I'm going to start by doing 3 lines in here, one in the center, one here, and one here. And then we're going to go lines in a downward slant here to the center, like so. And then we're going to go the opposite way across each line. Now be careful if you're using a 1M pen on your rock. Just because it has a base coat, it still has some lumps and bumps. So you want to kind of press lightly when you're using these. You don't have to press hard. A lot of people make that mistake. They want to press really hard. I always say the paint wants to go on that rock, so you don't need to press hard. If you press hard, your paint might splatter. Sneak one more down here to the base. Okay, now we're going to fill this in, not like a checkerboard per se. We're going to do almost like a, why can't I think of like a chevron type pattern. So I'm going to actually do one more layer here at the tip because I feel like I could fit that in. And maybe even one more. So like so. So we're going to fill in that tippy tip. And then every other layer we're going to fill in. So again, if you want to go ahead, see I'm going to go in and go like this. Kind of helps me sometimes. And then I'm going to fill these in, but I'll speed this up. And like I said, these are really broken down well in the book so that you can build them. So I'll show you the design here that I'm going to do in the next one. I'm going to do this right here. So see, you can see you can got almost like scallops, like a, looks like a fin. And then we'll add in the second layer in the radiuses, okay? And then we'll work our way through those. Now sometimes I alter their pattern just a little bit depending on the space that I'm working with. Because like this isn't that big of an area, so we'll see what we end up with here. So I'm going to kind of do my arches like so. Like that, and then we're going to go in between each one. And we're going to go in between each one again. That one should kind of line up with the one below, and then we're going to split this one in half. Okay, and then the next step was to add a second arch in each of them. So they make them all look like little rainbows. Oh, my book just closed over here on me. Okay, now we're going to give them each little radius like this. So sometimes when you're working on rocks, you're going to have to adjust what they have in these kind of books and things like that. But the more of them you do, the more you'll see what you can and cannot do. Now they made their arch a little thicker here on the bottom. I gotta be careful here, I've got a hole in my rock. Okay, and then they also added in little scalloped edges to their little rainbow tops here. So the way you're going to do that is you're just going to kind of bring them to peaks. See that? It's kind of hard to see. Let me do this one here at the bottom. It's almost like making them into little flowers. Okay, here, let me lift that up so you can see, whoop, you're over here. So see this one, how we made just these little scallop edges. So look at the difference between that one and that one. So I'm gonna continue to do those. We'll speed that up though, because this will take me a little bit. Okay, so that's the end of that one. All right, let's do something, it's a little airier. Okay, so for this one, we're just gonna do diagonal stripes in one direction. Again, very light pressure so you don't splatter. I'm also holding the pen a little bit to the side. And now we're gonna cross these, going the other direction to kind of create a diamond pattern, like so. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to do dots where they connect. Okay, oh, I missed this one. And then we're gonna fill in every other one with some stripes. Okay, so I'm gonna do very light lines, hash marks. Am I off the screen there? Like this, inside the patterns. Okay, so I'm gonna do them, let's do them vertically. Let's see. Let's do this one. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 lines down, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna do 3 lines across the other way. And we're gonna go back and forth, leaving little areas though. Okay, so for this one, we're gonna do something kind of simple just because it's not a lot of space. So we're gonna do our arch, and then we're gonna do 1, 2, and then we're gonna do an arch here, 1, 2, arch here, 1, 2, and then we're gonna get rid of the extra space. And then, like I said, I'm gonna do the outside edge. There's not enough of that there to make it matter. I'm gonna do the outside edge of the star to make it thicker, and the outside edge of the stone here as well. We'll speed that up, and then we'll see the finished rock. Okay, we are going to call this one complete. Isn't this fun? And the possibilities are really endless as far as what you can do when designing these rocks. Once you're all said and done, you can kind of take a peek back and see if there's any spots you want to fix or any areas that need more paint. But I really love how these turned out, and I think it's something that anybody can do because you can pick the difficulties of what you're doing inside of your star as well. So I will leave a link to the post that has all of our books that we use for inspiration. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel for more tutorials here on Rock Painting 101. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye.